When acquiring the English language, the hardest aspect is being able to express yourself. For our students that are multilingual learners, the struggle is real. And the overriding question is, how can we help our multilingual learners find their voices in English? Our multilingual learners come to us with many assets. Our students have skills and abilities already in their first language. I will never forget the struggle of my students. They would say things like, "I was really funny and had friends in my own country. When I shared out in my classes, my teachers knew I was smart. Here I feel dumb and I can't show who I am." My own niece shared with me, "Aunt Tanya, I promise I am really funny in Portuguese." How can we help our students express themselves the same way in English? Is there a strategy to support their English language acquisition process in the areas of expression? There are 4 language domains, and there is an order, sequence, or pattern of how a second language is acquired. The typical order of language acquisition is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Speaking and writing are the expressive language domains. Writing typically takes the longest to acquire. The writing domain is the hardest to acquire and where I saw my students struggle the most. Hence, this is where I decided to start. I worked through research and practice and developed a writing process for multilingual learners that would help each individual find their own voice in English. The process itself is simple with only 5 steps. Step number 1. The first step is very simple and easy, but essential to the process. Have your multilingual learners keep all their writing in the same location, like a notebook or binder, for example. They need all their writing in one location in order to refer back to it later. Then the students will always write their original thoughts, ideas, and sentences in their first language. They write in the language they already have a voice. We will use this voice to transfer over to find their voice in English. Step number 2. After our multilingual learners have already written in their first language, the next step in the process is to figure out what English words they already know. The student will read over the writing in their first language, and for each word they already know in English, they will write the English word above the native one. This helps the student and you as a teacher understand what the multilingual learner already knows how to express themselves in English. Step number 3. Now it is time to build the voice in English. The student will look for 5 words they want to know in English and circle them. These could be words that are repeated often, for example. We are identifying the most important words the student needs to express themselves. The idea is that we are trying to transfer over that natural writing voice. Step number 4. Now that we have identified our words that our multilingual learner wants or needs to know, our multilingual learner looks up the words in a bilingual dictionary and writes the English word above the first language words. We never translate the whole piece of writing. Our goal is to build expression and voice in English. Step number 5. The 5th and final step is to go through this same process with the next piece of writing. But when the multilingual learner gets to step 3, which is the step where they choose 5 new words, before the new words are chosen, the student looks back over the previous writing and transfers over previously learned words. The multilingual learner looks at the past writing and transfers over the English words that were already translated and written above the first language words. By starting with this writing process and through consistent use of the strategy, our multilingual learners will be able to find their voices in English. Through our support and coaching, our multilingual learners can more effectively and confidently acquire and express themselves through writing English. Thank you for learning with us. If you would like to know more, please contact us by email, info@multilingualstrategies.com. You can also like us on Facebook and follow us and join our professional learning network on Twitter.